Last year, the Clifton 10 really changed the character of this shoe, and I was quite on the fence about it. But now version 11 is here, I'm really starting to like the Clifton again. The Clifton 11 keeps a lot of the same features of the version 10, and a lot of people are really going to like this. It's still got that 8mm drop, the rear foot active foot frame, and the more protective comfort first character. But it refines the parts that sit closer to your feet. The geometry, drop and stack all carry over, so it does the same job in your rotation. But it's now lighter on the scale with a new upper and softer sockliner. As always, let's kick off with those key specifications. They cost $150. I will let you know if I believe they're worth that price tag at the end of this review. They weigh 9.1 ounces or 258 grams. That's for a size US men's 9, my pair, and that's actually quite a bit lighter than the previous version. And I'm noticing it on the run. It still has an 8mm drop, that's 42mm under the heel, and 34mm under the forefoot. The upper is using an engineered mesh with 3D printed touch points. It's got reflective details, and it's still got that double lace lock on the tongue. I love that because it holds the tongue in place throughout your run. The midsole uses CMEVA foam with rear foot focused active foot frame stability, and the outsole is using durabrasion rubber in high impact zones, but it's still got that exposed foam in the midfoot area. This one's best for easy mileage, recovery runs, and using as a lifestyle shoe for walking. When it comes to sizing and fit, they're very much true to size if you stick with your US sizing. There's a nice bit of room in the toe box still, a little bit of wiggle room there, and enough room to allow for airflow within the shoe so that you stay comfortable on the run. But it's not sloppy, so there's not too much movement. There's good lockdown in the midfoot area, but also at the heel. And if you do have narrow heels, you can just use that extra eyelet at the top to do racer's loop heel lock method. That'll lock your foot down in the shoe much better, giving you a more efficient and more enjoyable run. If you're not sure how to do that racer's loop method, follow that link up there. That's an easy demonstration I put together. That will lock your heel in the shoe. The new upper mesh is definitely softer on the foot, on the inside of a shoe. It's better than the jacquard mesh that was on the previous version. It feels a little bit more breathable as well. It's marginal, but it's there, and I am noticing it in the crazy hot temperatures right now. The tongue, the collars, and the heel counter are all really well padded, are very soft, and it's just super comfortable to slip your feet into. That translates to on the run as well. There's no hot points or any weird bits digging in. It just feels really comfortable. And I like the fact that Hoka has kept this articulated heel counter. That's really nice because it makes them easy to slip on, but also it doesn't put too much pressure on your Achilles when you are on the run. And for anyone who has had Achilles issues in the past, you're really going to love how that feels, and it doesn't come at the expense of getting heel slippage. If you're enjoying this review so far, please give the video a like, really appreciate it. Simple to do, just slap it, tap it, whack it, whatever you want to do. Activate the like button, please, and I'll love you forever. And if you've had experience with the Clifton 11, I want to hear it. Good or bad, please put your experiences in the comments down below. It'll help me understand how you've been using them, but also anyone who visits this video, it'll help them decide whether or not this is going to be the next neutral daily trainer for them. So we as a community really do appreciate all that input. Thank you. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. Moving on to my performance review, I'm going to start by talking about the ride and the midsole and sockliner, because together they do create a smoother, slightly softer experience. Now this is the same foam, but it does feel more cohesive and just smoother from heel landing to toe takeoff. Everything just meshes a little bit better now. It's just a more smooth experience. And I'm putting it down to the new sockliner. I think there's just a little bit of extra squish or cushioning in that sockliner, which by the way is removable. There it is. It just feels a little bit thicker and softer, more comfortable to step into, but also it just makes a ride feel smoother. And that to me is the biggest differentiator to the previous version. It's just that subtle, smoother experience. Other than that, it is very much the same shoe. It feels very similar, same drop. One thing I will say though is it does weigh about 6% less, which to me is noticeable on the run. It just allows me to pick up my cadence a little more. It just feels a little bit snappier because of it. And I think a lot of runners out there will definitely feel the same. It will just feel like a slightly faster shoe because of that weight change. The Meta Rocket Roll really contributes to that nice smooth transition that I mentioned before. It's very easy to flex as well, which is really nice. That's what you want on a daily trainer. You don't want to be fighting a stiff shoe because then you're likely to pick up injuries before you even get to your race, if you're training for a race. I'm going to demonstrate the flex and pop now, just so you can see what this foam's doing. Very smooth pop off. It's not like a click, it's more of a smooth release there. And like I said, I feel that on the run, and the propulsion from this foam is actually really good. When it comes to pace range, this one is still for recovery runs or longer training runs, bagging daily mileage, that kind of stuff. But the pace range has definitely widened for me. Like I said, that lighter weight and smoother transition does make it a shoe that you can pick up the pace on a little bit. It's not a tempo running shoe, but if you want to pick up the pace for your longer runs, then by all means you can do it on this shoe. But also that smoother transition just makes longer running feel more efficient and comfortable. The CMEVA foam in that midsole does stay really consistent throughout the run if you are doing a longer run as well. It just holds out much longer. It doesn't flatten out, so the character doesn't change over a longer run. And that's what I really like about this compression molded EVA foam. This new mesh upper is definitely an upgrade as well. It feels a lot smoother on the inside of the shoe. It does feel a little bit more breathable. Most people probably won't notice that. It's going to feel very much like the previous version, but it is there. And you will notice it if you are running in crazy hot temperatures. This is very much a neutral daily trainer, so it's not for you if you have overpronation issues. That said, it is fairly stable because of that rear foot active foot frame technology that's gone into the midsole, and it does offer fairly good stability. But if you are a heavier runner and you overpronate, you're going to notice a little bit of wobble on this platform. In which case, you might want to go for something like the Bondi instead. Or even the Gaviota 6, which is a more focused stability running shoe. Now the biggest problem for me in the Clifton 11 is the outsole durability. It was the same for the previous version and they haven't really changed it here. The problem is the exposed areas in the midfoot. And that is really what you pay less than the Bondi for because there's less rubber compound coverage. And after a few runs, I already started seeing wear on this section, but what you lose in durability with an exposed foam area like this is a lighter weight overall, and also an easier to flex running shoe, which makes those transitions feel smoother on the run. But you do lose durability and you do lose traction in this area. That said, there's rubber compound on the highest wear areas, so I think most people will be okay sacrificing that durability for the lower price, even though I would like Hoka to add more rubber compound in the next version. If you're wondering where the Hoka Clifton 11 features on my best daily trainers roundup, well, follow that link up there. That will help you find the best daily trainer for you. Now moving on to my final verdict. Is it worth $150? Well, yes, I really think it is. This is a big improvement on the previous version, which I was on the fence about. I really like this one. It just feels smoother. The drop doesn't feel quite as high to me. Feels a bit more natural now. I think that's because the sockliner kind of lets you sink into the shoe a little bit more, giving you a lower drop on the run when you're putting pressure in the shoe. And it just feels more cohesive and smoother to run in. The experience is just better. That said, the durability is still an issue on this midsection of the outsole, but for $150, which is kind of a bottom end for good daily trainers nowadays, this one is very comfortable and can do nice long recovery runs with ease and be used as a lifestyle shoe. I think $150 is a fair price for this one. I really like it, and I rank it pretty highly in my best daily trainers roundup. That's it for this one. I really hope you enjoyed the review. I hope it gave you insights into whether or not this is going to be your next neutral daily trainer. If I missed something, I am human. Just drop your question down below and I'll get back to you. I reply to everyone, so your time will not be wasted. And if you didn't before, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next shoe review. Peace.